Good morning, friends. I am back again for another edition, I guess, of my layouts. I don't really have an official name for these. Perhaps I should come up with one. But every week I come on and I share how to do a layout with you. And these go back to my challenges and my Ashley Scrappy VIP group. Now that is a group on Facebook. You can look it up and request to join. I do vet those, so I will check you out and make sure you're legit. But you can join those, and then you post your finished challenge within the week on the challenge post, and you go in a drawing for a prize every week. So it's kind of a fun way to get pages done, and then I walk you through it here in this video. So if you're watching this on Wednesday, the day it comes out, my challenge action won't be posted until Friday, so you get a little preview of what's to come. So that's just how I'm doing it right now. So testing it out. But we are working on it's a layout from 2019 using the Deep Blue Sea collection. This was a fun nautical cruise kind of collection. However, I'm excited because I am mixing and matching collections today, and I am using the Secret Box stuff. Secret Box number 4 for 2025 if you're watching this later. The Timeless Textures paper. I have a couple sheets in there. I'm using of that, and I was looking at that, and it goes so well with our Winter Bliss collection. So I'm using both for this, and I'm super excited about it. So I like how browns and blues play together, especially in winter formats, right? So I'm going to be doing that today using our punch here. I can't remember what it's called. My goodness. I have the box. Hold up. It is the Wavy Scallops. So this came in Secret Box number 4. It's a cool color because if you got all the secret boxes, it all came with a BMC, which is Border Maker cartridge. And I'll show you that system when I go to do this. And all of the punches were cool colors, so that's pretty cool. So you know they came from the Secret Box. And of course the dancing snowflake. I don't know if I'm going to do a border with this or if I'm just going to punch a few and then use the snowflakes as accents on here. So we'll see what happens with that, but I love this punch right now. It is probably one of my favorite punches to use. And as a Michigan girly, it is being used quite a bit because I have lots of winter pictures. So you all are probably wondering, where are your pictures, Ashley? And I was like, oh, I keep them in this really cool storage. And I'm like, why don't I show you guys? So I got this Rainbow Dots power sort box. It is sturdy, y'all. It's more than a shoe box, okay? And it's great because it has these elastic straps on the side. Very, very hard lid. And I love the pocket on the top because I can put like invitations in here and things that aren't normal photo size will fit in there. And then there's all these little boxes that come with it. I've used a lot of my pictures, so I need to refill. But it comes with these little boxes that you can actually pull out. Except this one's snagging. There we go. And these little dividers. And so you can put pictures in there. And if you go into a crop, they sell lids for these. And you can take this to your crop if you just want to pull out like one box. So I have like 2024 pictures, but as you can see, I use those up. And I did write it in pencil so I can erase it. And then I have a few Mexico left to do, and then I've started printing 2025, so I'm probably going to bump those up, start loading those, and I'm actually doing, I actually pulled them out, some winter pictures from 2025, January there, so that's what I'm using today. So, and I love the new CM prints. They're like a luster, very matte, very soft finish, and I love it, but they're very like vibrant. I'll show you one of these without the kid on my phone. And they come in these really nice boxes like your prints do. So I really enjoy what they've done with these, and it comes with a nice little cover sheet. Total ordered in the, stuff, and 4x6. I'm hoping in the future they'll offer more sizes. We'll see. But I really love that. And the perk of getting prints through Creative Memories too, if they're coming off of your camera, they will print the date it was taken on the back because it takes the data from your picture. Now, if you stole it off Facebook or like someone sent it to you from their camera, it won't always do that. So it has to be kind of the OG, the original source that it's coming from. So mine came off my phone. So this was taken January. Oh no, here it is, February 5th, 2025. So this is just my order number, and then I named it like my whole cluster of these photos, January 2025 through June 2025. So that's all on there, which is so cool because who has trouble remembering the dates of when they took photos and they want to journal? So that makes journaling a lot easier too. So the photo prints have been amazing with CM. So loving that right now. Just gonna set my photos aside. My office here, my little craft room, is a nightmare because I'm doing a craft show this weekend and I'm coming off of a card class and I'm coming off of an open house before that and I'm getting ready for winter scrapping camp. So it's chaos in here, and it always is, but right now it just seems particularly more. So there's like literally piles of stuff around me, which is great. All right, but as I said, we are working on this layout with these pictures. So I'm taking, you know, this nautical fun summer, you know, look, and I'm making it winterized. So I have the instructions here. You can print these off my blog that posts on Fridays as well. I'm not sure if the link will take you there earlier or not. I have not tested that, but maybe I will. So we're just going to walk through these step by step, and I already picked out my papers and my cardstocks and all that. So we're going to see what happens here. I'm pretty excited. So I'm going to set most of these aside to begin with. And this paper, oh, okay, so when I saw this, I was like, what am I going to do with that? It's kind of cool, but I'm not sure how I feel about it. And then I saw this layout, and I was like, all right, yep, that's happening. But I think this is so pretty, and I've seen people do cool things with it. This is from the Winter Bliss Collection, the newest winter collection. So I'm loving it. That's going to be the base for our layout. So on here, step 1 is use a blue rope pattern paper as your base, and that's what they did. It does not say to gut on here. I am going to gut this paper because, as you can see, it is just the outside, you see, right? So I'm like, why am I going to cover up all of this and not use it at all when, you know, I can gut it and use the middle later. So we're going to trim this down, and I'm hoping to use what I gut of this as my top layer here. So that top layer, oh, what size is that? Nautical Icons, and then Sailboat Pattern Paper, I believe, is that one. That's a 10 by 10. So I should be good if I leave a 1 inch. If I leave a 1 inch base around. This is me mathing, y'all. I'm so sorry. I might want to do 1.5 inches because the next paper is 10 and 7/8, which is crazy size. I don't know why we don't just round to 11, but it's all good. I'm going to do 1.5 on my gutting. So I'm going to line my paper up at the 1.5 inch line. And then on here, you're going to line your blade up, and there's a white line on the side of this amazing trimmer. And I am going to cut down to, I want to say 9.5, maybe it's 10.5. Yeah, 10.5. So, and if I cut too far, it's okay. You can fix it. Now, the fact that I'm using the center paper for a very specific thing makes me a little more nervous to mess up. But I'm sure we can figure it out. 10.5. Okay. You're going to end up with a very wide frame, which is great. I do these, and I usually do about 1 inch frame, but on this particular layout, I need a little more frame. So, just because our next layer is, it's not 11 by 11, it's like a 10 and 7/8, which is weird to me, but it's okay. There's a reason it looks the way it does. They wanted to show more frame, so that's good. You want to see more of this pretty paper. All right, looks like they all came loose. Look at that, they all came loose. I did pretty good. And so this paper, I'm saving it, and hopefully it'll work for my top base here. We'll see. I don't know if it's going to be too small. Looks like it's a rectangle, not a square, but we'll see. So we're going to set that aside for now. So this is our base. I just took step 1 a step further and gutted it. All right, so step 2, trim your nautical icons pattern paper. And this is this white paper. You can see there's a bunch of little like seahorses and lobsters and stuff on there. That's from that particular pack. I am using this cute like sweater look. I think it's like a basket weave more. On one side it's definitely a basket, but it can pass as a sweater. So I'm using this. It's from the Timeless Textures from Secret Box number 4. Super fun. And we are trimming this down to the 10 and 7/8 Making sure I'm still within frame. Okay. I always like to check because sometimes things shift when I'm moving the camera around. All right, so we're going to pull our handy dandy arm out here in 10 7/8. They're fun. This is making it fun. So the big lines are your 1/8 marks. So there's 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8 is half, obviously. 5/8, 6/8, 7/8. So your 7/8 mark is going to be the big line before the 11. There's that little line and then there's a bigger line. That's your 1/8 inch mark. The next line, the little lines are like 1/16 or something like that. You know me in math, it's good time. So the more you use it, the more you hang on to it, I guess. So 10 7/8. We are just trusting this process. 10 7/8 again. And I love this paper because it's like, I think the point of it was more of a basket weave look, but I like to be innovative and use paper for things you might not think of. So I did a whole Disney book based on that concept. Actually I did 3 Disney books. It was one Disney event. You know, if you've ever been to Disney, there's a lot to it. So yeah, I did that and I used all Creative Memories papers because I got creative and was like, oh, the Revved Up collection's perfect for Star Wars and all that, and it actually looks really cool. So I think I have a video floating around out there. Now I usually like to use mini tape runners for frames, but this is pretty wide, so I'm gonna just use a regular tape runner. I like minis usually because they hug the edge a little more, but this is a wider frame, so I'm not too concerned about it. We'll see, maybe I'll eat my words in a second when I go to put this on here and things are showing, but it's gonna do that. And then you're gonna do the best you can to straighten this on here. And now there's a new mat coming out. It's the same, I believe it's the same feel as this one. It's blue though. The advisors got a first look at it and I actually ordered one to check out. And it has a sliding zero centering ruler on it so you can line things up. So pretty excited about that, as well as it's almost like the decorative trimmer, but you put the guides on your mat and use your blades to cut it, and that's a great fix for not having a decorative trimmer anymore, so it does like waves and things like that. So looking forward to showing that off to you guys. So keep watching my videos, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss it. I'll probably do a layout using those once I have them in hand. So all right, and then we got our piece on there. Next we need to trim this piece to 10 by 10. So I'm not sure, this might be smaller. Yes, it definitely is. So not quite gonna happen there for this piece. I do have a second piece, so it's okay. I could just run with this and keep the wider frame, but my photos are gonna look a little weird, so that's all right. There's a reason I pulled out a second piece of paper. I probably could have made my frame a little more narrow now looking at it, but that's all good. The point is to use up paper, right? So, and I'll still have that centerpiece that I had gutted for something else later on. There we go. All right. Yeah, that looks better. Definitely didn't want to use the smaller one, I don't think. Maybe I'll use those pieces for making a border or something. Okay, look at how pretty. I just love this paper. It's so fun. There are papers like this, and sometimes my initial reaction is like, oh, what am I going to do with that? And then I see it, and I am using it, and I'm like, oh, that's gorgeous. I love it. So don't count something out until you tried it. All right, here we go. So step 2 is done. All right, so using the Scallop Wave Border Maker cartridge, that's the cartridge I used here. It's a previous one, obviously from 2019. Use both navy and pale green pattern papers to trim out and measure. Yeah, so we're punching borders essentially on a couple different colors. So I have this one right here from our secret box number 4, the wavy scallop. It's funny, they're both scallops, so that's cool. I got my border maker system, and if you've never used a border maker system before, I highly recommend it. It's amazing. So much fun. And did I already trim that little piece? I think that comes later. Yeah, I think that comes later. That's this part. Okay. There's like little strips you put on here too. And I was just making sure I didn't have to do that first. All right, so with your border maker, it has two pieces here that fold out. This is merely your paper guide, so that way you know how far you need to go out for it to work. And if you have a little strip of paper, I was reminded this week by one of my fabulous customers that you can use Post-it notes to hold like a more narrow strip on there, because if it doesn't fit under this guide, just stick some Post-it notes along it and it will fit. So I'll have to show you that hack sometime too in one of my videos. Right now I just have big pieces, so well, I could show you quick. I don't want this video to be really long though either. But like, say you have a piece that's like this. Now I'm not gonna punch my border on this. And it goes out and you're like, oh darn, it's not gonna, you know, because if it's out over this black piece, obviously it's not gonna hang in there. But if you take some sticky notes, some Post-it notes, you want good ones, you don't want the ones that kind of fall off. And you stick these on here, just get a couple, and you can reuse them. That's the best part. You don't have to, you know, it'll hold it in place while you're punching your border. So that's another great hack to use with the border maker system. And I love that because then you can just use more narrow strips of paper to punch your borders instead of these wider ones. So especially if you have one and you're like, this is the only scrap I have and I want my border to be on it. So use Post-it notes, they're great. I keep them in my crop caddy now just because I need them all the time, whether I'm taking notes or marking a page or need to use my border maker on a narrower piece of paper. Okay, ooh, this is lovely. I love this. This is the first time I've used it. In fact, I probably should have primed it. I'm like not practicing when I preach to you guys. I always say prime your border maker, but it worked just fine. Prime your new cartridges, your new, you know, border punches, all of that, so you know it's gonna punch well. And as you can see, there's a little oil on the edge, which is fine. I don't mind that, just because it actually gives a little character. So, all right, and then we're gonna trim this. It says trim out and measure 1.5 by 1. That's interesting. I need to change that. I think it means like 1.5 to 1 inch. So, not sure why it came out like that, but so I'm gonna go to 1.5 because I'd rather have more. Too much and too less, because you can always cut more off. You can't add more. So there's one of them, and then I'm gonna get my navy paper over here. I use navy so much. I love navy. It's my favorite shade because it goes with so many things. And I'm gonna punch another one of those. Okay. And as you can see, it's a little bigger than the guide, but that's because most cardstocks come with this necessary allowance. So they're not exactly 12 by 12. They're a little over 12 because, you know, factories can't be as precise. So that's why it bends like that. You're not crazy. Your paper is a little bigger than 12 by 12, or your cardstock is. That happens more often with cardstock than anything else. So you can see you're gonna have this little edge on there. Now the caramel did not have that, so some of them don't, but some of them do. So you might have to trim a little off if you're using it as a base or something. Just take note that that is an actual thing, so you're not nuts. Because for a while I was like, what the heck, why is it bigger? Why is my trimmer not working right? It's not the trimmer, it's not your tools, it's the cardstock itself. So good to know, right? I figured I'd share with you so you didn't feel crazy too. All right, and I'm gonna trim this. I'm wondering if one's supposed to be 1 and one's supposed to be 1.5. I'm gonna trim this to 1 and see what happens. Maybe I'll regret that, but we'll see. All right, so now we're gonna layer them on our page. And I can always, ooh, they're gonna like line right up, aren't they? Shoot. Well, it's okay because I gotta trim down to 10. And I want them kind of offsetting. So I'm probably gonna trim, because it has to be down to 10. I'm gonna trim one right straight up. I'm gonna put my, you know, my hard edge along the edge there. And it is 10, yes, okay. And then I want these to offset. So what I'm probably gonna do, clever me, is layer them first and then trim the rest of it off. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. And for this, I am just gonna use little pieces of adhesive. Trying to line it up as best as I can. Okay. And now I don't even need the ruler, I can just eyeball it. So I'm just gonna go like this. Want to put my flat edge. I could have just swung it around, but that's okay. Okay. And I don't think it's gonna matter too much that this is on here. I'm gonna cover it anyway. I could trim it down just because. Give me a little less to cover up. I'll still leave a little lip on there though, just so I have a little give. Yes, I was like, oh my word, I did it too short, but we're measuring to this piece, not this piece. Okay, I about had a heart attack there. I was like, no. It's happened before, let's just be honest. So we're gonna go ahead and adhere this down now. You're just layering your borders. You could do you could try a couple different borders. I could see people getting creative with that part, so I like that a lot. Okay, I love where this is going. So offsetting, overlapping as shown, trim the border to measure 10 inches long. We did it. I just did it without without even reading the instructions. Top edge. Perfect. So we're adhering it along our top edge of this paper. I kind of left a little space there, and that's okay. You do what you want. All right, next we're going to cut 2 5/8, someone likes their 8s, by 10 strips. And we need those because we are doing a strip here and a strip here. So what was I going to use for this? I believe I'm going to use this fun other ropey paper, also from the Timeless Textures collection. Sorry, my phone is blowing up and my watch is blowing up as a result. And so I'm in a group text. Those are so much fun, aren't they? All right, so 5/8 would, again, same concept, right? So this one's a little trickier because we don't have all of our lines within our 1 inch. So 1/2 inch we know is 4/8, right? So 5/8 is just after the 1/2 inch mark. So my paper is caught on my other mat over here. There we go. So we're just going to trim a couple of those little strips. And we're going to do another one. Remember 1/2 inch, the big line after 1/2 inch, not the little line, the big line after. So big lines are 8ths, little lines are 16ths. And I feel so impressive right now as one who does not like math. So it's just from experience. I know this now. Because before it was a nightmare trying to figure that out for me. All right, and now we're trimming these down to 10. That's right. So I'm just going to put them together and trim it down to 10. And the bummer of this is we have to put out our arm because this only goes out to just over 1.5 inches. So if it did 2, that'd be even better. But you can only make the trimmer so big. So I want to keep it semi-portable. You don't want this, those old school trimmer blocks they had in elementary school, where they're literal slabs of wood. Getting as close as I can. Perfect. And my strips are a little slightly different sizes. I think I just mismeasured one, which is fine because they're gonna be separated anyway. No one's gonna know. So if you're the type of person that drives you nuts, I'm sure you would redo it, and that's okay. Okay, so we're just gonna butt these up against. This one's gonna get butted up against your borders. I love the other side too. It's like a lacy look. I don't know if you guys saw it. It's gorgeous. Look at that. That's a fun winter paper too. Also from the Timeless Textures. Secret box number 4, which is available at the moment. You can still get it. And they revealed what's in it this last weekend. So it's available while supplies last. So if you're liking what you see, get on there. Go get it right now. the time of this recording. I will disclaim that because it goes fast. And this you're just going to kind of set, I don't know, about an inch from the bottom of this paper. I just eyeball it. I look at what they did and I'm like, oh yeah, that looks good. It doesn't really matter in this case. It's just adding a little flair. So there we go. How pretty. This is gorgeous so far. All right, we're moving right along. That's where the starfish, and here's strip. All right, and so next they had like a border sticker here, and I actually did not get that far. I did not pull out border stickers and all that. So the Timeless Treasures came with these, and then the Winter Bliss came with some border stickers. Let's look at those first, just because I feel like that's going to be the size I need. But we'll see. Oh, I have used some of these so far. The icicles are super cute. That might work nice, actually. These aren't bad, too. The little Nordic looking flowers there. The Nordic pattern. I don't know what it's called. And I'm going to pull out this guy. I have not looked at these yet, you guys. I'm pretty excited to show them off to you. So these are all from the Timeless Treasure, or sorry, Timeless Textures. Ooh, this is cute too. That might be a winner. Ooh, that's nice too, but it kind of blends in with the rope. From the secret box number 4. So if you like what you see, go get it right now because it's not going to be available much longer. I'm showing things off that are just released and just revealed. So at the time of this recording, last I checked, it was on there, but it was still not. So this is really pretty. I might go with that one actually. I like that brown. And I saw these, this collection, and I was kind of like, oh my goodness, like this is very Animal Kingdom. I'm a Disney girly, what can I say? Very Animal Kingdom, very like subtle. I love subtle collections because they're great for many things. Very like chill. I just love the basket weave idea because it can go with everything, including winter. That's what I'm doing here. So love that. I'm going to use this piece. I really like it. And I'm going to use my, oh my goodness, repositional tape runner. Now, I don't want to go over the whole thing, so I'm going to kind of, oops, I just realized that's probably going to go through on my paper, but that's okay. So about halfway to that one. Okay, and I'm going to layer this on between those seams there. And you can use a border sticker, you can punch another border, you can use a border embellishment like I am. Where are my scissors? Like I said, I have stuff everywhere right now. There we go. And, chaos in this room, so I apologize. And I'm just gonna trim off the rest of this with my micro tips, which are great for things like this. Sorry, you're seeing the top of my crazy hair. There we go. Perfect. I love that. And then I can save this for like an embellishment somewhere else. I love the fact that you can probably cut these out and it can be like little buttons. So those are pretty cute for that. All right, we're cruising. I love this. I'm liking what I see. Okay. Next. Looks like we did all that. So adhere photos measuring 3 3/4 by 5 1/2 and 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. So as shown, I have 3 photos because there's this mat here as well. I didn't really see any mats I liked. I could look at the Winter Bliss ones again, but I was like, I just mostly want to get my photos all on a page. But the Winter Bliss mats are really cute. I just didn't have, wasn't feeling these for this. It's very scenic. It's very, very scenic photos. So, but for the sake of it, I'll show you. I love these journal prompts on here. This is super cute. But I would need a bigger one. Sweater weather. But I don't want to journal that much. Cocoa candles and comfy vibes. Bundle up, it's adventure time. So cute. And I believe these are actually sold out now, so I probably shouldn't be showing them to you because I'll just make you want them more. Yeah, so these are fun. It just wasn't hitting for this theme for me, for these particular photos, just because these are more playful. So like I did a layout last week where we were building a snowman, and that fit pretty well for playful. So, all right, so I could trim these down with my photo trimmer. I'll move all this now. There's so much going on this table. All right. So this one, gorgeous. Look down our road after a huge snow. So much fun. I love the snow because it looks so pretty. I don't like driving in it, and I don't like being cold. But when I see pictures like these, I'm just like, oh, it's so pretty. So, and I look forward to it, but then I'm like, oh, I don't want to drive it in. So, put a comment and let me know if you like winter or not. I like it until like January 5th, and I'm like, okay, I can go away. All right, so we're doing one that's 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. And this is gonna be hard because I don't want to like trim it down. And you don't have to trim them down. You can probably leave them, but for the sake of following instructions, you know me, I go rogue all the time. I'm really trimming a little bit off too. So, these photos are legit. They're so heavy. I'm so used to like flimsy ones, like the paper, like thin ones. These are amazing. I have to debate which one I want to put on top versus bottom. I'm going to put this one on the top. So this one's going to be 5 3/4. So again, we're not trimming off a lot. We're just narrowing it down just a smidge so it fits on our page better, probably, by 3 3/4. So we're literally just taking off a 1/4 inch. Not a big deal. And then the mat is supposed to be a 4 by 6. So we're just gonna leave this one full size. And I could matte these photos. On here they're not matted. I don't think I need to matte. You know me, I avoid matting when I can because I'm lazy like that. I'm just like, I just want to slap them down and be done. But if you want to matte, you can. I don't think I will. I think it's fine. But y'all are probably looking at it going, oh girl, you need to matte. But I'm like, yeah, I don't care. It's my book. It's fine. And I'm like, do I want to layer this one on top or this one? I think I'm gonna layer this one on the top. Okay, so we need to put Mr. Snowman. Our snowman was so big that my husband couldn't pick up the pieces to stack them, so we had them falling over. So it was funny. It's fun getting creative with your kiddos in the wintertime. We had good packing snow. And we want these kind of slightly tilted. However, you can put them on however you want. I try to go by what that's saying. Not always. But I try. I could matte this one, but I don't really want to, so I could do it in navy actually. Look at me. Starting to branch out. This is the Ashley method. I could have measured, but I already had adhesive on there, so I'm just gonna plaster it down and do this. It will look nice with the navy, I think. I'm very indecisive too, as you can see. This is me being real. Hopefully you're okay with that. Because I know so many YouTubers try to look like they're perfect. They are not, trust me. Alright. Got little pieces falling out from the last project I did. Alright. Yeah, the navy's nice. It's good. It was a good move. Cool. I love that. And then I can add some journal. On here they put it on the strip. My strip's a little busy for that. I'll probably layer it here, or I could use a write-on strip, which I just had. These little cute white strips you can stick to your page to journal on. But I'll do that when I go off camera, so you guys don't have to worry about my indecisiveness there. Alright, so next we're just embellishing and journaling as we want. You can add a title. I'm probably going to need a title of some sort because your mat on here is supposed to be your title and I don't have that. But Powder Days, Perfect Days, Winter's Quiet Beauty. Oh, that's the winner right there. Found it. Now I got to figure out where I want it. Ooh, that's nice. It's nice everywhere. I might stick it. Do I want to center it? It kind of goes with those scallops very nicely too. Yes, that's awesome. Okay. I love when you just look at it, you're like, yes, that's it. And then we have these cute embellishments. Oh, you guys, this collection is all so stinking cute. I think I packed my embellishments right. I did. For my craft show this weekend. So I'm doing a make and take cards. So I needed a way for them to pick through pieces, like the extra pieces. Because cards come with bonus pieces, which is cool. So you can switch out your greetings. So I wanted that for that. So they weren't all over the table. I do want that kind of like that. So we are just gonna, oh, that's cute too. I think that's too much. The trees are so fun. Again, this is Winter Bliss. Oh, I don't know if that's too much. Oh, it's so cute though. I think I need more blues and browns maybe. Or maybe just a pop of green. Oh, this is so hard. I was gonna use my snowflake border too. Maybe I'll do some of those. The blue jay, it's so cute. Oh, a little bunny. This little sweater snowflake is cute too. Leave that one handy. Oh, that's fun. Just kind of pick and choose, like, that's really cute too. Huh. Kind of want to use it, but I don't know how. I always have to resist the urge to want to sticker sneeze and embellishment sneeze all over my page because I want to use so many of them. Okay, so if I want to do some snowflakes, I am just going to get my caramel paper back. I like to work on top of myself, as you can see. And I'm not going to punch like a true border, but I am going to punch just a few of the snowflakes out. This is a border punch. Obviously, it's more standalone than the border maker system. And I'm going to take my micro tip scissors. These are a must if you want to do any fussy cutting like I'm about to do. Not really fussy cutting, but doing like more detailed cutting. Since I have these cute little snowflakes I can use in different areas. And as you can see, they kind of run into each other. So you kind of got to pick and choose what you're going to do here. I like this bigger one. And so I can make that like a little embellishment. I can, oh, I cut a lot off of these. I got a little overzealous there, but I could have like saved one of these and used it. But as you can see, the punches can be more than just border punches. You can use them for embellishing as well. So that's just kind of my point there. I got to sneeze. Excuse me. My goodness. Okay. So I'm not sure if I'll use this or not. I'm not fully sold on it, but I just wanted the option. You know what I mean? So, and I like the pop of brown. Ooh, that's not bad there. Super fun. Yeah, so I think I will finish this off camera just so you guys don't have to endure my maybe I like this and maybe I like that. Maybe I like this. And I will make sure finished product will be in the YouTube thumbnail and post it on my, you know, platforms. That's not bad. Less snowflaking happening in here. And so yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at this, but I love where it is and where it's going. So I will finish this and I will share it with y'all. So if you have any questions, holler at me. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you get a really pretty page done. And again, I love just taking instructions that were from the past and putting in current collections. I think that's so fun. So like and subscribe. I would love to have you guys in my YouTube community, just because I'm going to post, you know, those scallop cutters coming and all kinds of products that come I share about. So I try to do current stuff. Like this is literally stuff that just came out, or the secret box that was just revealed. So try to keep it pretty, you know, right now. That way it's products you can still get. But hopefully you guys like this video. Love to have you like and subscribe, as I said, and I hope you have a great day. Take care, y'all.